Hello, welcome to the series finale of Future Rain. We are so happy that you're here. We're very excited to be here ourselves. It's happening! If you, welcome to Ghostlight RPGs. We're very happy to have you here. If you haven't been here before, we're a collective of honestly just everybody at this point. We started out with like mostly theater people, but honestly I feel like we've just stretched out to everyone, and it's great. We love it. Anyway, we play a lot of games is the point. So we've got a ton of stuff in our backlog if you want to go check that out on our YouTubes. And I typed YouTubes instead of YouTube on accident.
That's
doing great, sweetie.
Yeah, doing well. But so if this is your first time watching, go check that out after this. But also just hang out with us. If you've been watching the whole time, thank you for watching this series. It has been an extreme joy of mine. A huge pleasure to work with all these people up here. And yeah, okay, don't get too sentimental yet. Okay, got it. Let's move on. So, Marvel Heroic Roleplaying is a game designed by Cam Banks, and we are also using Cortex Prime, which is designed by Cam Banks as well. And let's see. For this series, we're using yeah, I know, right? For this series, we're using Ko-fi as a form of tipping, and so we appreciate anything you can give to help all these lovely performers up here tonight. Let's see. Okay, let's go around and do some intros. We're just gonna do these real quick, popcorn style. My name is Justin. I am the Watcher. My pronouns are he/him, and I'm just super pumped to be here. I'm gonna pass it to Graham.
Hello, I'm Graham Ward. My pronouns are he/him. I'm playing Bruce Banner, the Remaker. I am also glad to be here. I was gonna say that ironically, but okay. I'm gonna popcorn it to Elise.
Hello, my name is Elise. My pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Natasha Romanoff / a Black Widow, and I'm really happy to be here. Was that good?
That's great. Good read.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. Real good.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. I'm going to pass it to Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, she, her, and I'm playing Rogue, also she, her, and I am just tickled pink to be here. Hollis!
Hello, I'm Hollis Wilhoit. I'm playing Matt Murdock, Daredevil. I am he, him, his, and so is Matt. And I am just chuffed. I'm chuffed to be here.
Ah!
I mean it. And can I pass it to Kelsea? I think I can. Yes.
Hi.
Please
Okay.
don't. No. I'm Kelsea. She, they. I'm playing Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. Back to you, Justin.
That's right, it's me, Clean Face Justin, here without a beard,
Justin.
reporting live from my office.
Just realized you don't
How
have a beard.
fun. Well, it's kind of grown back a little bit. Yeah, I had to shave it for a different gig, but anyway.
So observant.
It's wild. Okay, again, we're moving along. We got a lot to get to tonight, so we can't stop.
It's not for beards.
We can't stop for beards.
Beards.
You know who else? You know who else has beards? Pirates. And you know what they say?
Hey.
Arr! And that's what this stream is rated.
That was so good. That was so good.
Get
That was
out.
really great.
Get
We can
out.
end here as far as I'm concerned. That's what I needed.
That was really awesome.
I can't veto a card, but I'm gonna veto a card.
Oh my god.
So yeah, this is
Could've been a
this
plot
is
point for
the
that.
content wise. This is gonna be rated R, folks. So just be prepared for strong language, graphic violence, elements of horror, despair, and in general, just a rather sorrowful place to be. But yeah, that's why we have color cards. Ugh. Okay, got them. These are just a safety tool for us to keep each other safe and respectful of each other's boundaries. So we have those. If you see them pop up throughout the evening. If you don't know what those
Kelsea.
are, if you don't know what those are, feel free to head over to our Discord, and someone will explain it to you. Or you could just ask in the chat right now, and that's fine too. But if this is the future, and you're watching on YouTube, then just head to the Discord. That's easier. The Discord's linked in every video, so it's super easy to do. I'm rambling. Let's move on.
The segues tonight are strong.
Yeah, he just can't help it. It's his
Do a good
superpower.
one now. Do a good one now.
It's my final form. Amazing. So, I guess we're time for a recap. Let's go. I want to say before I go on, anybody who hasn't watched previous episodes of Future Reign and does not want spoilers, just like take your headphones off for the next 2 minutes, and then we will hop back in, and hopefully not a ton of spoilers after that. But this is going to be a pretty spoiler-heavy recap. So
As will this whole session.
the whole session will be, but I'm looking at you, BW. Yeah, okay, here we go. Recap time. After being pulled through a portal into an alternate dimension 30 years in the future, our 5 heroes have set out on a journey to claim materials needed to make their way home. For weeks, our heroes have journeyed all across the American wasteland, liberating territories, making new allies, and gaining a greater understanding of how this world came to be. Beginning in Fisk Lake City, our heroes helped save Sorcerer Supreme, Billy Kaplan. Realize that I said Billy Wagner in my... Okay, doesn't matter. Billy Kaplan, while defeating a mystically enhanced Kingpin. Then, moving south to Sin City, they worked with Ruby Summers to confront twisted versions of the X-Men. Rogue killed Mr. Sinister by draining him of his X-Men genes, but the victory was a dark one, as those same genes were absorbed into Rogue and continued to affect her body and mind. After a failed detour to Aim Island resulted in the team's first encounter with the Supreme Six, they headed east to the Hulklands, where Bruce was forced to confront his inner demon, toppling the leader's reign, making peace with Thunderbolt Ross, and giving his beastly doppelganger a merciful death. Multiple reunions occurred in the Doomwood after a performance of Mysterio's Tales to Astonish, but an unexpected arrival of this world's Doom shook things back into reality. However, Johnny's discovery of Doom's true identity, his niece Valeria Richards, scared her away. Upon entering the United States of Osborn, the team split up. Daredevil and his young protege, Danielle Cage, went off to Hammer Falls to claim Thor's loyal hammer, Mjolnir. Bruce, Nat, and Clint Barton were caught up in a battle in Victory City, but ended up breaking the Shadow King's mind control over Nat's sister Yelena. Johnny and Rogue were ambushed in the Resistance safe house once more by the Supreme Six, minus Yelena, and without ever seeing Norman Osborn himself. Both heroes were captured and stuck in a cell with none other than Earth 616 Victor Von Doom from your world, who admitted his own fault in bringing them all here and warned them that Osborn had been doing the same thing as them. Yeah, it was a little bit of like, it wasn't really, it was a Doom admittance of fault, you know? It was like, he never said I'm sorry. It was just more
It's as close as we're gonna get.
Familiar.
Where was I? He warned them that Osborn has been doing the exact same thing as them, collecting adamantium, vibranium, and pim particles to build his own Nexus Gate and escape this world for another. Now, as we enter our final chapter, the protective dome over Victory City has gone down, creating panic and chaos all around, and letting the unpredictable weather patterns loose on the city. Aside from Rogue and Johnny, our heroes are reunited and prepared to storm the White House behind the glorious charge of the newly named Avenger, aka the Asgardian-powered Danny Cage. So, it's time to determine the fate of future reign. Okay, this is my universal sign for if you took your headphones off, you can put them back on now. Of course, they can't hear me say that, so it won't matter.
Oh.
But,
It's so good.
Yeah.
Great plan.
I
That's
know
how it
what's
goes.
going on here.
Good plan.
Yeah.
I'm sure people were just like, oh, that's interesting. Let me put my headphones on and see what's happening. Okay.
What's wrong with Justin?
Sick. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. We're ready. We're doing it. Here we go. So, I'm gonna start with Johnny and Rogue inside of a cell with Victor Von Doom. I want to remind you that you're shackled to the wall, and you also have a power dampener of some sort, of like a bracelet on your arm. You two have been in here talking, since you came to consciousness, talking with Victor for about 15 minutes or so. What do we think we pick up with you two? Are you talking with Victor? Are you ignoring him? What are you guys doing? Are you trying to escape or what?
I want to ask Victor what he's already tried to do to escape, so that I don't repeat it.
Yeah, sure. You ask him. He says, Storm, there is nothing that I have tried. There is nothing that I haven't tried that you could possibly succeed in. All efforts are futile.
Okay. You don't have to be all poopy butt about me when I'm just trying to help us all out. What if maybe the three of us collaborating is a little bit more effective than the one of you working by yourself with no data about the situation? Just a thought.
So we're shackled to the walls. How like, is it like right up to the wall, or is there like some?
Yeah, you've got like 1.5 feet of sort of length on it.
Mm.
Oh, can we see out like a window or anything?
There is a that's a great question. Originally no, but now I kind of want you to. Let's just say for some reason it's a really tall cell, and like 10 feet up there's a small window with bars on it.
Yay.
Can I see anyone?
Oh, well, it's 10 feet up, so no.
Okay.
Mm.
Victor, who brought us here?
Hmm.
May I call you Victor?
Well, the Doombot. Sorry, not the Doombot. That's my people. Hang on a second. Let me rearrange my brain for a moment. Well, as I explained to you before, Osborn conquered Ultron's hub and took his army as his own. And it was the Ultron droids, I suppose, that led you into this cell.
Great.
Let us in. Like, floated us in?
They marched you into this cell unconscious and dropped your bodies here, shackled you up.
Who did the stitching on me, by the way?
It was done before you came in, but I have to assume there are... Osborn is a powerful man here, and has any number of doctors, scientists, and the like. By the way, I'm still coughing.
Yeah, I was like, hey, you dying?
Yeah, you seem well.
Yeah, how's he doing? I think like Rogue's like kind of, she's like trying to like, she ain't got her super strength, but she's like trying to like pull at the chains, and I think she's trying to kind of keep calm because this is not a great situation for her.
Yeah.
Wait.
So
this sucks really bad. maybe you shouldn't be calm. This is a really bad situation for you.
That's not a
I
good
think,
thing to
you know
tell
what?
me.
I think the thing is, you're trapped here like a little rat. And unless, I don't know, we might all die here. We might all just like turn into nothing.
Are you talking to me like that?
I'm like poking you with a stick.
Well, that's definitely souring Rogue's mood, and I think she's going a little quiet. I think she's just gonna think for a while.
Be rageful. Damn it.
I'm not the Hulk.
Well, I feel like if anyone's gonna turn into something so crazy that it can get us out of here, it's you. Continues poking you with a stick. Mentally.
Mentally poking
That's
you
my
with a stick.
plan.
It's around now.
Are you
that...
ticklish, Rogue?
It's around this point that you start to hear some distant booms, followed by just a lot of chatter and commotion, like within the building here above. Like, I mean, there's like footfalls kind of quickly going to and fro, and some talking. You hear some like radio fuzz happening, and it just seems like something's going down essentially.
Maybe we're gonna be rescued like princesses in a tower.
I ain't no damsel in distress. If I could just, I wonder if I could just maybe break my hand and get it out of this wrist. Like, if I could break my hand and get out of the wristband thing, I could use my healing factor, and then I'd have my powers, and then I could get us out of here.
Oh God, yeah.
You're a
That's a
doctor.
good
How do I
plan.
break my hand?
None of us are doctors in this room.
He's
just
a
to be clear.
doctor. That's his
He's
name,
not.
ain't it? Dr.
He
Doom?
simply is not.
Victor.
It's his name.
Victor says, "Ignore the imbecile. Let me tell you, if
Not a
you..."
medical
And he
doctor.
sort of shows you on his own hand where to pop your like thumb out. And he says, "Now you..." Like he just talks you through it.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and break my hand.
He says, "Now I myself have also tried this before, but unlike me, you have powers on. You have immense power. Justin is not the best at improvising what a megalomaniac sounds like, unfortunately."
Hey, you can bet your sweet
That's
kisser I
good.
do. All right, let's break
It's a
this
good
hand.
Justin, that might be a good thing.
Awesome. So Rebecca, why don't you go ahead and make me a roll here? Now I want to add. I mean, you know your mutant powers are shut down, so you don't have your X gene, stuff,
Right.
So you can't add that in. But
Right.
go ahead and build a roll to the best of your ability here. Against the
I
Doom
also
pool.
was gonna volunteer to help. If you really want it broken, I can try to help you with that.
Yeah, can
I'm a
Johnny
sexy
reach?
man.
What do you think? Well, I don't know how much that's gonna help. Okay.
Somebody just looks really hot, has great pecs, and it's like, oh, ow! Like, it just breaks you.
Okay. That's the smallest pool I've ever rolled in my fucking life.
Well, the Doom
Put me
pool's
in
not
there.
too bad.
Did you add me? Did you add team or buddy?
Uh,
No, team, because it's me and Doom helping you.
Yeah, no,
I'm adding added pressure and he's telling you what to do.
So
yeah.
if you actually do want to add a die from Kelsea, you have to spend a plot point to use it, to add it to your pool, but that is totally available.
well, I did a pretty damn good roll.
On your own.
'Cause
Okay.
I did.
Awesome.
I rolled 2 10s and an 8, and I got a D. I got 2 D10s. So it's a
You got
20.
2 10s?
A 20.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
I got a 20 and a D12.
Okay, awesome.
Well, that worked out.
I know. I was just like, no way.
I wish I wouldn't even have rolled and just given it to you.
You
I-
could. You could.
Well,
no one knows but you.
in the sake of fairness, I rolled 2 1s.
Oh, okay.
One on a D8 and one on a D6. So, those are available.
Can I spend a plot point on one of those ones?
Yeah.
And I would like to use it to somehow, like, maybe the noise made clues Bruce in wherever I am starting the scene into something that's going on with them.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know, like,
Yeah, you
are
can hear me scream bloody murder.
We're coming in,
So
right?
you are, yeah, so just to sort of set the scene of, like, where you are in relation to them, to be clear, they don't actually even know where they are, like, within their cell. They're somewhere within what I'm calling the White House compound, and you all are storming that same compound right now. So it's actually, in a way, the booms and all of that commotion is coming from you guys. That being said, I think that once you are sort of tuned into the fact that they are probably captured, because of what Yelena told you at the end of the last session, I think, Bruce, your time on the computer with, like, trying to, you know, with messing with the Sentinels and all of that, I think you probably scoped out enough of the compound to know where the cells might be. So yeah, I do think you have an understanding, and therefore could. Was that you trying to lower the doom pool or make an asset?
Yeah, I think I'll lower the doom pool if that's okay. It was
Yeah.
what was one of the ones? What was the highest one on?
It was an 8. Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at
we're
that
doing it,
happen.
guys.
Yeah, I
Look
think
at us.
like
Bit of
per
fun.
normal Marvel rules, it would have been making that into a stunt or something. But I'm cool with doom pool.
Sweet. Great.
More like doom drool.
Doom drool. Okay, so yeah, you get a heroic success on this, Rebecca. What was your effect die?
That was a D12.
Awesome, because I got a 7 total with a D4 effect. So it was a D12 already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Okay, well I mean, I'm gonna consider this just an automatic success essentially on escape, I suppose. I don't know if there's like a really good like asset or complication to build. I think it could just be a story like element of you guys just escape without any penalty.
Yeah, you're
essentially
creating like an escape asset, but it levels up to the point where you're just out.
It just you do it. Okay, cool. So then Rebecca, kind of talk to me what Rogue goes through here as she does this.
I think it's for Rogue, it's this moment of just like scrappy, desperate survival, like very much like the coyote that's got its leg caught in a thing. She's just like, she's like, fine, I'm gonna fucking break my hand just to get out of this thing. It's just survival for her at this point.
Yeah.
And I think she just like dead weights onto that one arm and just keeps pulling, and normally she would stop, but knowing she has a healing factor, she pushes through that pain, and just there's this really sickening pop, and her hand goes through the wrist thingy.
Yeah, pops out of it. And this might be a good time too to mention that because of getting captured in the defeat from the last session, you I believe you do have a D4 emotional trauma.
I do.
Okay. Just adding that in to my own future roles, trying to remember that. Got it. Cool. So yeah, this works. You slip your hand out. Victor just under his breath almost says, "Impressive." And and then says, "You have more grit than I at first expected. Much more than Mr. Storm, at least."
Whoa! It just is constant. Do you like check in with me to see if this is something that like motivates me, or do you just want to fucking die here?
Oh, okay, yeah, I see the trauma now. Thanks. Okay, so you feel your powers surge back into you, like almost overwhelmingly so flood into you, and yeah, your face sort of goes pale once more. Yeah, and for the sake of you getting such a high roll, I think that you can just go ahead and describe to me how you rip, how you free Johnny and Victor if you want, as well.
I think she she feels that flush of power, and she just kind of looks a little like psycho, just a little bit with this power coming back. But she I think just turns into metal and just goes over to each dude and just breaks the shackles away from the wall. And then like if we are okay with this plan, I think she's just gonna let's be a little more careful about this. She's gonna go intangible and peek through the door to see if there's a guard or anything.
Awesome. Yeah. So
about to smash it down,
cell
but I was like,
door
wait.
itself is like this heavy metal steel, and there's like a slot that's closed, where they would like open it and then like put food or some stuff in there like that. Justin knows how prisons work. And then, but yeah, so you intangibly just step through it to the other side. You see a guard post, like where normally there would be guards here, but it's pretty clear they have gone somewhere else, most likely to attend to another fire that needs putting out at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Looks like something's a little more interesting than us, fellas. I think this is our chance to get out of here.
Yeah, so you just like rip the door off, or what do you do?
Yep.
Okay, sick, yeah. Just big, Colossus armor hands just crush the door, ripping it off. And yeah, as Victor stands up, you see on the ground, he was sort of, trying to sit up straight, but he was using the wall. Standing up, you can actually see the marks all over his body. You can assume that he's been here the same length of time as you in this world, so for weeks. And as he said, he came straight to Victory City, sensing the power here, and was almost immediately caught, essentially. So they've been like experimenting on him, and in a way really torturing him for the entirety that you've been here. And you can see the toll that it's had on his body. Now this, there's lots of different versions of Dr. Doom. I'm gonna say, just so you know, that like this version of Doom is pretty powerless without his armor. He does have mystic powers, like, but I don't know that either of you would necessarily know this, but I think maybe Johnny, just because of how many times you've gone up against Doom, those mystic powers take a toll on his physical body, and so he is way too weak to be doing anything like that. It's very similar to how Billy was when you first rescued him from Fisk Lake City. He couldn't do any magic to help you at that time because he was so beaten already. So Victor's very much in that same place.
I think Rogue's gonna like go help him like walk, and she's gonna say, all right, from the point of view of one bad guy, where would you put your armor if you had stolen someone else's? Maybe we can get you a bit of your mojo back, Doc.
He really shirks away from you as you kind of like get yourself under his arm to try and help him. He resists, but then you are just too strong and don't let him, and so he just kind of gives into
shy.
it. And he says, I would assume within Osborn's personal collection, wherever that may be. Regardless, as much as I truly hate to say it, I believe your skills might be of better use elsewhere than helping me at the moment.
Well, what if our skills meant getting you to full power? I don't know. Should we divide and conquer, Rogue? Or should we just all work together to get what you need, and then you can help us? Will you do that, or will you continue to be a piece of shit? Totally up to you.
He looks to you, Johnny.
The world knew you.
I think, Johnny, although you've known Victor for most of your life, it is a rare occasion that you look into his eyes, and I think that here, looking into his eyes, you see how, again, weak and uncomfortable he is. Not necessarily in his body, but uncomfortable in the fact that he is relying almost exclusively on you for help, something that he does not like to do. And he looks at you and he says, you would trust me at full power?
Do you want or not want to do this? I'm not here for a mind game situation. We have a lot to do.
Well, the enemy and of my enemy and all that, Shug. I mean, seems to me like after everything you've been through, you'd want some licks of your own back on those who, put you in this sort of a situation. And after all, last thing you want to do is have them take over our planet too. That just means you lose twice.
You make good points. I will...
My point was just stopping Dick. Good points.
But it struck home.
I will ally myself with you for the time being, yes. Follow me. And then he kind of waits for you, Rogue, to help him walk.
Right, sure.
And as you ascend the stairwell, we will skip over to the exterior of this compound. The couple things I want to mention here. The exterior of the city, again, this sort of domed energy field that was protecting all of these people is down. It is gone. And it was sunny not long ago outside, like in a very, very hot manner. But already you see the storm clouds rolling in. And
are they Johnny storm clouds?
Are they? You can consider them that if you want to. And a cold front has already blown its way across the city. Just within minutes' notice, the weather can change constantly. So just prepare yourself for that. And like I said before, it's sort of that, for that reason, chaos and panic have sort of spread across the city. There are, you see already like car crashes because of people like looking up in the sky and not paying attention. People are getting out of their, or sort of running or going home or panicking in the street. It's chaos. But all of you are centered around the White House compound. So when I say all of you, I mean Danny Cage, aka Avenger. We have Clint Barton, Yelena Belova. We have Nat. We have Daredevil. We have Bruce. And Billy Kaplan. And how could I forget? Valeria Richards, Doom. Without her mask on, her blonde hair sort of blows in the wind, the cold wind.
She's out and everything.
She's out and everything. Her green cape looks somewhat heroic, actually, at the moment. But you all are charging into battle. Danny has broken past the exterior wall, the compound wall, which is the first big boom that happens, crashing through this wall, leading all of you in after her. Now, if anybody's wanting to go about this a more stealthy way, you can totally do so. Just let me know. Otherwise, it's like an all-out assault on the compound. I'll remind you, Yelena told you time is of the essence because Norman Osborn has all three components he needs. He has Captain America's shield, which is the vibranium. He has Pym particles that he took in his what's the word? Offensive against the AIM Island. And then he also has adamantium because of his hostile takeover of the hub and defeating Ultron, whose body was made of adamantium. So, all of this to say that, yes, Norman Osborn is equipped to build his own Nexus Gate, and with the electro power field that's gone down, now has probably just sent all of that energy to power it up. So, time is of the essence getting to this before he can complete whatever he wants to complete. So, as you all rush into the compound, you see, waiting for you, a huge amount of Ultron robots, all sort of like hovering in the air. None of them were like waiting for you, so they all sort of like are rushing to kind of get to you before it's too late. But in addition to them, you see the Supreme Six are sort of off in the back of that group. Now the Supreme Six no longer 6 because Yelena has been freed, and also Norman Osborn himself is not here. So it's again the 4 of them. You have Sabretooth, aka I have my list right here. You have Sabretooth, aka Lionheart. You have Bullseye, aka the Ringer. You have Taskmaster, aka Sergeant Victory, and you have Juggernaut, aka Crimson Cannonball. Now, I will say they do also look somewhat what's the term I'm looking for? Effed up after your last scrape with them. So you notice that Juggernaut does not have his helmet on, because it was like crushed to shreds thanks to Rogue.
Wow.
So he does not have a helmet on, but he is sort of still raring to go. He's got like marks and cuts and bruises all over his face. But the others are sort of there and ready. So Graham, if you would go ahead and throw the Supreme Six up on the board for me.
You got it, Johnny.
Hey. Great. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and have us jump into the action scene as a whole here. Now, how it's going to go is all of you are a part of this, including Johnny and Rogue. You two have sort of entered like the main level of the building. You can see out in like the courtyard outside the fight taking place. So if you want to, you can go join that fight, or you can keep on what you're doing and sort of, we'll get to that when we get to that. But all of you are a part of this. Norman Osborn is yet to be seen, so that's something that you could sort of do, is try to locate him or where he's at. And yeah, Graham, I'm gonna have you build. You know what? No, I'm not. Never mind. We're good. The Ultron mob, essentially, of a vast amount of Ultrons. I'm not gonna have you build it though, Graham, because I think it's. Sorry, y'all. Hang on one second. My brain has just overloaded. It's cooling down. Okay. What we're going to do is, as you all rush forward into this, you're sort of stopped by the fact that you see this huge mob out in front of you. And they have you surrounded, essentially. But in that moment, you hear another loud boom, a crash from behind you, and like the Kool-Aid Man, you see Amadeus Cho
Nice.
bust through the wall. This was thanks to Graham, who spent his XP last time to get Amadeus Cho in this scene as an extra.
As he's busting in, I'll be like, "Good to have you, buddy. Let's do this."
Sorry we're late, Doc. Traffic was a bitch.
I hope you brought some friends.
Oh, I know a few people. And at that point, he rushes forward, and he just tackles a bunch of Ultron bots. Behind him, in that moment, you see, and bamfing onto the scene, coming down with a scimitar, a sword. You see, slashing through. You see Kurt Wagner, we see Ruby Summers holding the a baby Bjorn. What's that? Is that a,
Yes! Yeah, baby Bjorn.
With Deadpool's head, and like baby limbs like coming out.
Is he holding his swords?
He's got two
one
little
of his
swords.
baby limbs.
Yeah. And she comes in, and then we have that's it for now. No, I'm sorry. The last one you hear a and like crashing through the wall again. You see Devil Dinosaur mounted by Lunella as they just like stomp through a bunch of Ultron bots. So the Ultron bots are being taken care of by everybody else, leaving the Supreme Six to you all. Okay, let's jump right in. I am going to... the Supreme Six will not be starting because they were definitely not the... they were not the ones ambushing this time. I am going to say... I think, Graham, why don't we start with Bruce, since he was the one who sort of called this, called Amadeus in and brought some of the thunder. And I just want to remind you guys, all 4 of those extras are available because Logan is the other one who also leaps into action at the moment. So yes, all 4 of them are available.
4 of them.
Go for it, Graham. Let's start.
Okay, I'll light up the I guess this is the transmutation ring, and there's like a chopper sound going as it like pulses underneath me and levitates me up. And imagining like Amadeus Cho jumping in and I'm like flying next to him. Oh. And I'm gonna start off heading straight for the Supreme Six. Just whoever's kind of closest at hand. Let's say who was the one who took the emotional stress last time we encountered them?
I'm trying to think now. It wasn't Lionheart. It would have been...
It wasn't Lionheart?
It would have been Juggernaut, I think, because I think Rogue was crushing his helmet around him and making him, like, claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to engage with Juggernaut, Amadeus, and Banner the Remaker.
Yeah!
Yes!
Oh, that's a good visual splash page in my mind.
Thank you. I do my best. Okay. I got 10. I got... This is Don't Make Me Angry distinction.
Awesome.
And then...
that's a great point. Distinctions. I need to go ahead and reveal those 3 distinctions that I made. Yeah. I finally did it, guys. I made scene distinctions.
Yay!
Thank you. Were you inspired by BW?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
You're doing it, Peter.
You're playing this.
So the scene distinctions for this final battle are put them on the token layer. Wild weather, panic in the streets, and all or nothing, which just sort of symbolizes the nature of the final battle.
Cool. So whether this is considered like tech or cosmic with the Mandarin rings, I don't know, whatever you prefer, but I'm gonna use one of those specialties, and I'm pulsing my mind blast. Maybe there's like that Gandalf beam of light coming off the ring as we fly in, and I'm striking Juggernaut with every bit of mind control that I can summon, and I'm trying to make him feel like a mewling child and deal some emotional stress.
Awesome. We love emotional stress around here.
Okay.
Makes for
We
good
do it all the
roleplay.
time.
So, not my greatest roll. No ones. I rolled a 15.
Okay.
don't know why I felt that should be higher. I deserved better than this. 15 with a D10 effect is, and I don't have any plot points because I knocked out the Doom Pool.
Gotcha.
Oh, I didn't roll the emotional stress that's on him.
Yeah. It should be at
D8?
a D8.
Okay.
Let me make sure I add that to the...
No change.
No change?
No change.
Oh, it is there. Okay, cool. You can't see it on the player screen, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, worth noting, guys, the Supreme 6 has a D8 emotional stress.
I'll make it visible.
Okay, cool. Graham's gonna make it visible. Thank you, Graham. Okay, I got a 14 with a D12.
Whoa. Okay.
Hit him in his childhood.
I succeeded.
Yep.
It's a D10 effect, so it'll just pump up that emotional stress to a D10.
Sick. Which will knock him off. Which will knock.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
well,
enough to just knock off one of them. So,
All right.
describe
He
to
didn't
me
have
what.
his hat on. So
Just describe to me what it looks like.
So
as...
there's like this kind of chopper pulse as I levitate up in the air, and I come flying in toward him, and the beam is like striking him as I get closer and closer. And when my fist, this is just like my basic bitch banner fist, strikes the helmet, he just collapses down, having been sort of emotionally overpowered by the mind control of the ring. And I'm like standing over him wherever I don't know if he's on like a rampart or this is the White House, right? Like, is it the literal White House?
Look, here's the thing.
It's
The
whatever
White
you
House
want it
has
to be,
been
Graham.
sort of converted into like a large fortress compound.
So if it's on like a tower or something, or like in front of
Yeah.
the gate, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm like standing over him with I guess I'm not literally wearing a lab coat, even though my art shows that. But with my coat like billowing in the aftermath, and Amadeus and I look at each other, and then we'll just keep kind of barreling through.
Amazing. Fantastic. That earned you a plot point, Graham. Thank you, chat.
Chat, you saved
Did you
me.
see Rebecca? You got one earlier.
I did not.
Yep.
Yeah, you got one earlier for something about not. Oh, you're a strong, independent woman. You don't need no hands. But,
Awesome.
Thank you.
I'll just say to Amadeus, like, they're in there somewhere. Let's find them. And then I'll
On it, Doc.
pass to Black Widow.
Sweet.
All right. I want to know who's closest to me.
I think that
only you can know that.
Yes.
honestly, yeah, you have your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Taskmaster, Sabretooth, or Bullseye.
That's right.
I would
Okay.
say that I think Bullseye probably keeps his distance.
Mhm.
He's sort of trying to get a range, like stay farther back. So I think probably the other two you would have.
Okay.
Unless you want to specifically run to Bullseye, you can do that.
No, I
too.
think that I'll take on Taskmaster. And what I'll do is I'll just do a cool little like acrobatic handspring and in the air, midair, as I'm jumping over him, just with one of my awesome, cool electric arrow guys.
Yes. Cool. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Hit it. Wait, you said this was on who?
Taskmaster.
Thank you.
Yes.
Perfect.
So is there any, I don't have to roll any extra dice. There's no complication on him yet, right?
Correct.
Okay. Real quick, let me find, oh my gosh, I had the wrong sheet up.
How?
Working
embarrassing
one
for you.
moment. There it is. Okay. So this is, to be clear, I'm going to try and use a trick arrow to try and create a complication if I roll correctly, and then I can add a 6 to the effect, or a d6 to the effect die if that succeeds.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, here we go. Okay, I rolled 2 1s. How fun is that for me? I'm back.
We're back.
I'm back.
She's back,
All is
everybody.
back.
Back for the
Balanced in the
finale.
I'm back, and since I did that, I can't use a plot point to add anything. So I rolled a 13 with the D10 effect.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I will buy your 2 ones for a single plot point.
Yay, super.
To raise that D6 up to an 8.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, no.
Cool.
Hold on a second. Can I lend a trait?
Yes.
No?
It's a little late just because she already rolled.
No worries. Well, the trait was or it was more like a power, an ability to reroll.
Oh, I see. Like your SFX.
Yeah, I meant that. Sorry, pardon.
Unfortunately, you can't, Linda. I love the thought.
Well, I'm gonna get you back.
Cool
Go ahead,
thought.
Justin.
Yep. I deserve it. Let's be honest. Okay.
Get you back. Cool.
All right. I got a 17, and I don't remember what you said you got.
I got a 13.
Okay. Okay. So, Nat, I think what happens is, okay. I am going to, I think that, Taskmaster has some new gear that you were not expecting, and as you go in to hit him, he actually, like, you hit him and your hand goes right through him, and it's like he phases out of view for a moment, and then like reappears behind you and grabs you by the back of the head, yanking you back, kind of like whiplash, where he I think puts a like a device on your chest, essentially just kind of locking you down to the ground, like pinning you there. Now the device doesn't pin you, but it is a this is gonna be, I'm gonna go ahead and spend one of my D8s from the Doom pool to use my D8 effect to create a complication for you, Widow. And this complication is you have for lack of a better term, a time bomb on your chest now.
Holy fuck. Are you sure I just didn't trip? Like, that's why I failed?
Could be. Now this thing, I mean, it's a D8 complication. We're gonna call it, I don't know, tick tick boom. And it seems like it's not like a timer based thing. You look at it, and I think you can kind of gather, because he put it on your chest, it's tied to your like heart, essentially, like it's tied to your heartbeat. So this is my way of saying, as a mechanic, like, if that thing reaches 12, then like if that complication,
boom boom,
then it's gonna explode. But it's like, it's not a timer thing necessarily, it's more about your heart rate will make it tick faster. So do with that what you will. That is your turn.
Super.
Who do you want to pass it to? Super.
I pass it to Daredevil.
Okay, I've got a couple questions.
Okay.
Well, really only one that matters. Taskmaster's face, is it uncovered? Does he have a mask?
He does have a mask, yes.
So Taskmaster.
So typically the villain Taskmaster that you would know back from your own world had this sort of like skull face, like mask that he would wear. It is sort of a modified version of that now, where it's more metallic in nature, a little less like sinister looking, and a little more heroic to make it look more like Sergeant Victory. But it's still that same shape and whatnot of a mask.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to, like, as all of this is happening, I'm going to walk over to Deadpool. say, hey, you ready to move pretty fast?
Oh, hey, I remember you. What's up, dude?
We'll catch up later. We're gonna have to get this fucker, okay? You ready to fly?
I'm ready as my little toes will carry me. Let's go.
All right, my goal is to retry the thing I tried like the second or third episode, and I am just going to launch Deadpool's head at Taskmaster's head to just see if we can knock that mask right off.
Fantastic. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Cool.
That's so good.
Messed with my girl.
Damn. Amazing.
Okay. This is a guardian devil, so that there's an 8. This is definitely solid teamwork. I'm gonna say that this is pretty menacing, so I'm gonna do a D10 menace. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Right on. And okay, here we go. Big money. All right, I'm gonna use a plot point to add to my total here, which gives me a 22 with a D10 effect.
Oh, yes. Oh, amazing. Okay. All right, here we go.
All right.
Well, I'm definitely not beating a 22. No, I think you got this one.
All right.
That's gonna be a 16. Yeah, a 16 with a D10. So, that is a math heroic success. So you step up your effect die.
Hell yes. Okay, so cool. Then 2d12.
A D12.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. So, you can easily take Taskmaster out with this move.
That's what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Describe to me what happens as you fling Deadpool through the air.
So first, I'm looking at Danny, who's just kicking ass by even being present, right? And I'm looking at Natasha, who's just a constant badass. And I know that little Headpool is a lover of love, right? So I whisper in his ear, "Make me look good," and I just God put it. I Trunchbull Deadpool's head into Taskmaster, just crossing my fingers the entire time. And
Deadpool's
he's just
like a hibachi chef, just kind of going, and
exactly.
He says, "Here comes the chimichanga," and then he there it is.
Right on. And I would love for it to be like a mouth open hit, where it's dead.
Just like ah! And he bites on the nose, and he's like to the point where Taskmaster just falls backward and has this maniac tiny baby man on his face, just slashing at him. He's out of the fight. Fantastic. Graham, when you have a moment, just knock another one of those D8s off for me from the Supreme 6. Who do you want to pass it to, Hollis? That's amazing.
I would love to, let's see, Juggernaut's out, right? And Taskmaster is out? Or is Juggernaut
and Taskmaster are out of the fight. So you have Sabretooth and Bullseye left.
Okay, let's pass it to Sabretooth. He's close.
Cool. Sorry, yeah, so the Supreme 6 will go all as one anyway.
Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, then the 6, yeah.
Sweet. So alright. So yeah, at seeing this happen, I think that Bullseye, not that you can hear him necessarily, Daredevil, but I think we cut to Bullseye, who has taken up a position on top of the building, on top of the White House, and has a sniper. And I think we cut to you throwing Deadpool and seeing that work, and then we cut to a shot of you in crosshairs, and then to him looking at you as he says, not a bad shot. Time for mine. And then
No.
Okay, I got a 20 with the D10 effect.
Okay. All right, I see your 20.
Supreme few.
Oh.
I hate that I can't read the chat more. I'm sure there's lots of fun stuff happening down there.
I didn't get a plot point or anything, so. That's a... Okay, I've got a 20 with a D8 effect. So just a D8, I guess what I've got for you.
You got a what?
20 with a D8 effect.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, a 20. That's exactly what I got.
But you're the actor.
I am the actor. Yeah. So, okay. Damn. So it's close. It's a close one. But
reroll.
You feel.
Oh wait! Whoa, Graham! You're the best. You are the best around. You are the best around. And let's just go back in time and make it sound like it was my idea.
Yes, let's just, for the audience sake, well, it's not on this sheet. This is the condensed sheet, but you have you have a special effect.
I absolutely do, and
called what?
It's called Radar Sense.
Radar Sense, right?
Yeah,
and you would sense this bullet coming at you,
of course,
which allows you to do a complete reroll.
Very, very nice.
That is so. I want to hear your description of like how you sense it.
Oh, thank God.
That's just a request. Fan request.
Okay, cool. Hey, man, 22 with the D10.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I also want to hear what happens as you sense this thing at the last second and dodge it.
Right. Well, I think it's like for me, it's like I hear the wind blowing, like the wind that is caused by Deadpool's headpool throw, right? Mm-hmm. So that's coming, and then I hear something coming through the wind at like a higher pitch, right? And maybe it takes me down for a second, like it kind of hurts, but as it takes me down, I catch it right above my head.
Sick.
And snap it.
Woo!
Throw it down and look in his direction. I'll be coming for him later.
Amazing. Yeah, he's so surprised by that. And we'll cut over to Sabretooth, who I think is rushing. You know, I think Sabretooth gets a little and turns and is going to we see him swing off the roof of the White House and then kind of catapult in through a pane glass window, crashing in and tackling Johnny Storm.
Oop. Kelsea.
Johnny's just walking by like
shooketh.
Okay, 17 with a D8. So not my best roll.
Well, it could be worse.
Could be worse.
Luckily, I'm a fire supremacist, so...
Excuse me?
I'm a fire supremacist.
Okay.
Meaning I get to roll D12. I was excited about it.
No supremacists on the show.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Just laughing.
I didn't do it. I didn't write this.
I didn't write this.
Where is Sabretooth from?
Canada?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know.
I think they're an
British
extinct...
at the beginning of X-Men, of Wolverine, whatever it was. But then that doesn't make sense. So I don't know.
No.
There's a lot of different continuities, including even the 616 has multiple. That's a whole digression. Chris Claremont intended for Sabretooth to be Wolverine's father.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what?
And it never panned out because he got taken off the title.
Just kidding. Mm-hmm. I knew that. I remember that.
It says that he was from a small Canadian frontier community.
I remember that Wolverine origin comic. That's the one I read where Sabretooth was like, he had done bad things to Logan's mother, and it was a whole thing. What'd you get?
So Sabretooth. I did get a 1 on a D6. I just want to let you know. But I got, you said you got a 16?
17.
I got an 18. So.
Awesome. Okay, so you got a 1.
But I want to be very clear that he like springs at me, and I just go and like flash back and just like with fire, and I go, ugh, I hate cats.
Awesome. Take a plot point for your 1, and yeah, you evade.
Oh, and I got another plot point because I rolled a D4
Oh, okay, cool.
for my 1 thing.
For what?
I did. Wait, you put scene distinctions in. I'll use one of those.
Yeah, I know we kind of play fast and loose with like how you guys build your roles for the sake of time, and it's totally cool. But anytime you do like add a cool scene distinction, or I mean any distinction, especially if it's a hindrance, like totally point those out for like.
Yeah, I would say that at this point I am jumpy as hell. Like his 4 hours that he spent in jail, he's left it crazed. So that was the all or nothing, where he's just like super hot on his feet and just like twitchy, and would have just beheaded him, but then like called himself back at the last minute. Was just like, whoa, that was my instincts. So
okay.
Yeah, that's my hindrance.
He's super on edge. Got it.
Mm-hmm. All or nothing.
Awesome. Okay, well that's the Supreme 6. So I'm gonna pass it right to. I'm going to pass it to Rogue, actually, who was right next to that whole moment happening. Sabretooth is now in front of you. You still have Victor under your arm, or rather over your shoulder?
Yeah.
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 He's holding him like a baby.
I think do we want to fight him or do we want to evade him?
Oh yeah, we're leaving.
Yeah. I think Rogue sees like Sabretooth burst through the window, get flamethrowed back, flambéed a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I think she's just gonna grab Johnny's arm and she's gonna say, come on, hot stuff, this ain't our dance. And she's gonna go intangible and like suck them through, like go through a wall to get away from him.
Can you suck all of us through?
Yeah, I can turn other people intangible.
You can.
Kelsey.
I didn't mean to, and then it happened.
That's what they always say.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Okay, that is. I'm going to use a plot point to buy one of my other dice. So that's going to be an 18 now with a D8 effect.
Cool. And to clarify, this is sort of to get away from Sabretooth?
Yeah, I'm just pulling us through another like wall to get into another room.
Okay.
To like just evade him.
Okay.
If you'll remember, we're trying to avoid this fight for now.
Yeah.
Totally. No worries. Okay, I got a 15. What'd you say you get? What'd you get?
18.
18. Okay, sick. It works. So you just grab Johnny and Victor, and you just phase through the wall. Mm-hmm. Leaving Sabretooth behind. When you get to the other side of the wall, you are like on a lower rung of lower rung. That's not a good word. You're on like a metal stairwell, a staircase, essentially. Okay. Very different vibes here than the rest of like the compound. But you notice two things. Number one, that you are now in like an interior section of the White House. Again, it's not really the White House. It's like a compound. And number two, there is a very a bright glow coming from deeper down this staircase, the stairwell, I guess is more accurate. And also, I think at that moment, Victor, also sort of leaning on you, says, do you feel that? We must go deeper.
Well, my mama always said, don't follow the light, but here we go.
Awesome. Rogue, do you can pass it to Johnny. I guess Johnny's the last one.
Yeah.
Johnny, do you go deeper as well, or do you? What do you?
Yeah, I was taken in with her, so
Right.
I'll allow that to occur. But can you please give us several frames first of us going through other rooms, where like maybe a shower and somebody's like, "Ah!" and like that kind of thing, like just a couple of just silly.
Absolutely, yeah. There's like a whole phase of it's actually like a long panel, and it's just a bunch of different rooms bisected, with like you guys
we go through
interacting
like a
with
very
each one.
full kitchen of people like doing stuff, and they're like, "Hey!"
Yeah.
And then one guy is like, "I'm walking here," and all of it.
Yeah, there's just a whole cavalcade of characters inside of this White House
My God.
as it's being attacked in the wasteland.
Still gotta get dinner ready, I guess.
I think at this point, there is sort of like a huge crash above your heads, and you watch as like huge cement chunks fall down. You kind of narrowly evade them, as the roof of this whole building was like shot through with lightning, and you look up and you see Danny is in the sky, sort of swirling around like a bunch of flying Ultron bots as she like shoots lightning out at them. There is as all of that sort of like crumbling and whatnot down, you see the elements once again. The weather is growing worse, and that storm cloud that was sort of raining down and whatnot has started to turn to snow and to hail, as like a more of a blizzard type weather pattern is now forming over the sky. All of that to say that you now have in this like stairwell that you have open sky above, and some Ultron bots shoot down, coming towards you, Johnny. So you can keep running farther down.
Okay,
you can confront the
I can
bots.
at least get an attack in on the Ultron bots. So you said they aren't on our thing to fight?
They're not, but I will, it's something that I can add if I need to. I wasn't really sure how, with the Supreme Six sort of being all outside, it didn't really, I if you need something to fight inside, I'm just trying to give you something to fight, essentially.
Okay.
If that
I just
makes
want to know if I
sense.
should use my area attack or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Totally. Yeah, why don't we go ahead and, just for the sake of this, add a GMC here. It's gonna be a 3d6 Ultrons, I guess. 3d6 Ultrons. And I'll quickly make a little card for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that. Okay.
GMC's on the fly.
Oops. I'm gonna give a 19 for that with a D10. Oh wait. So how do I do the area attack? I put my dice in, and then I can just
you put your
affect that many more people.
Yeah, so you add, I believe, a D6 per target, and then you just keep an extra effect die per target.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. Then yeah, I do have 1/1. But other than that, it's a 19 and then a D10, 2d10 and 1d8 effect for my 3 targets.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just finishing up this sheet.
while we're doing that, Graham, what does my trauma do?
Trauma is rolled against you like stress. It just doesn't go away the way stress does.
So they add in a 4 for me. Is that right?
Yeah. And it's like, it's additive with the stress. So if you have trauma and stress, they get to add both.
Oh, okay. Better just not get any stress, huh?
Yeah, just don't do that and we'll be great.
Why don't you try that?
Okay.
Yeah, let's try that and see what happens.
Seems like a
I
good
have
strategy.
to admit, I have not been rolling those trauma. I keep forgetting against you two.
Yay!
Oh, that's fine. You don't have to.
Yeah.
But does he get a hitch, like a plot point every single time when he
No,
rolls against us? Okay.
we're not worried about that.
Okay, I did roll a 1 on a d6.
I'll take it.
And, okay. With a total of 11. So what'd you get?
19.
Okay, it's a heroic success. Does that step
Yes!
up all of her effect dice?
All
Yeah.
3? Okay, so then that would be
Damn.
2d12s, which means 2 of those guys are gone.
Okay.
And then 1d10.
Yeah, immediately wipe out the 3d6 Ultron that we had. So not a problem. It wasn't even necessary. Yeah.
Good turn.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Describe to me exactly what it looks like as these like this brigade of Ultrons sees you, swoops down, and there's like 6 of them as they like put
Yeah.
their hands out.
Well, actually, sort of what I was thinking was Danny blasts the roof off,
Mhm.
and I see her up there, and I don't know if she knows we're here. Like, I don't know exactly where she's at, but I'm like, yes! And I just like fireballs out and shoot all of them around her. And I like to imagine that she looks down and goes, fuck yes! And then we just like have a little bit of a moment. But we're very much like, we're the coolest people here. Like, this is so fun.
I think Rogue sees that and she like kind of looks over at Dr. Doom and she says, "Oh, now I'm starting to see it."
How cool I am.
Yeah.
Also, I bought your thing. Can I know it's just a
right.
D6. Can I up it with a plot point and get rid of one of the Doompool die, or is that not a thing?
No.
What can I do with it? I always forget.
You can use it to add to your next roll, essentially.
It's just a thing.
Hang on a second.
Like in VW's
I gotta
game.
look up our thing real quick. Opportunities. Where did you go?
The main two stop to stop this. I must speak. The main 2 ways we've used it is knock down a doom die, or take any die that's in play and you step it up for 1 use. So like a complication or an asset, you could step up one of your powers. You could step up a team affiliation for 1 use. Yeah.
There you go. Of course, I found it as soon as he started talking. I should really just highlight that section of the rules because we keep coming back to it. Cool. Okay, so
It can't be taught. I'm going to pass it. Can I pass it to Avenger?
You can pass it to anybody. No, not those people. Those are extras. So just your own group or the Supreme Six. Those are your options.
Oh
That was
yeah,
the
I
end
didn't
of
even
the
roll for
round,
her
right?
just now. Yeah, it is. So it can go to anybody.
Okay.
I'm gonna pass it off to Rogue.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I just went, okay.
I know.
Okay. All right. Well, I think with that hullabaloo that just happened, I think she's going to. I thought I had more time to make a plan here. I'm going to.
Sorry.
She's going to telekinesis bubble herself in Doom, and rather than walking down the stairs, she's going to speed up the process and just get jumping.
Okay.
And she's going to say, "I feel like our clock is ticking."
Yeah, you do so, and that sort of purple telekinetic bubble, kind of you lower yourselves down deeper into the complex, where
Am I not supposed supposed to be in this level yet.
It's fine. No, it's good. I
can do something
No,
else.
listen, you're here. Let's freaking do it, man. Let's go.
I do this in video games too. I always go where I'm not supposed to.
That's fine.
I die a lot.
This is good. You arrive at the lowest, like the lower levels here, and you see this large, sprawling room with all kinds of sort of mechanical, fixtures, sort of like wires and coils connecting all from like this side of the room over there and whatnot, and you see like power coming in from these coils from all corners of the room, surging in and leading to one main sort of staging area where you see a sight very similar to that you've seen before. When in our session 0, you see what looks to be a Nexus gate. It is functional. It is glowing blue in this like this radiance of like swirling energy. You see in front of it stands Norman Osborn, who has it looks like he's been doing a bunch of things, but also he himself is connected. Like you see, he has like a cord kind of like tethered into his body that is coming out and connected to the machine itself. And you see, I mean, he's distracted at the moment.
We all just tiptoe quietly out of the room.
Yeah, Rogue, what do you want to do here? That's sort of what you see. There's not a ton of other actually, you know what? 9:30. Fuck it. Let me finish one thing. You witness that, and for a moment you're not sure what to do. You just hear Victor sort of like whisper under his breath, "Oh no." And you see
What?
Osborn, the Carnage symbiote around him sort of swirls and like kind of turns. Like his head is facing away from you, but the symbiote whips off of him and turns back to you, like sensing that you're present. At which point Norman himself turns around, looks at you, and says, "Oh, good. Just in time. I've invited a few more guests. I hope that's not rude." And you see whipping out of the Nexus gate 1, 2, 3, 4 people.
Absolutely not.
All powered on gliders.
No.
You see
Absolutely
different
not.
green goblins from different universes.
I hate goblins.
One is like deteriorating and looks like a zombie.
Oh,
One has
ew!
like a puppet, like not a puppet, like a carnival mask, and looks like he's from like the 1920s, perhaps a very noir type world. You see one who looks honestly quite similar to Willem Dafoe.
Yay!
And goes, and then one who just looks like a classic, classic goblin with like the kind of really bright green and purple, iconic look. And they all swirl around the room above you, and all sort of cackling at the same time. And you pumpkin bombs go flying as the final chapter of our story begins, and we cut to a break right now for our intermission.
I'm gonna die.
So when we come back, Rebecca, we'll start with you. But yeah, we're at the halfway point already. Crazy. Okay, we'll be back soon. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Yay!
Stay tuned.
Bye.
And we're back. Hello, everybody. Before we jump back in, I want to pitch it over to Graham real quick, as we've got a little announcement.
Yeah, hey, so some of you may or may not know, but this game created by the wonderful Cam Banks. Cam is currently experiencing some legal harassment from a bad actor in the role-playing game space and could use some help. So we wanted to promote it and say thank you to Cam by helping out some of his legal defense funds. There's more information about this that can be found. If anyone has any questions, feel free to chat with me about it. But I'm sharing the link now in Twitch to help out Cam, who's just honestly like everyone's TTRPG dad and deserves all the best stuff. So wanted to bring some attention to that. The link's there. Feel free to give if you can.
Thank you for making that, bringing awareness to us with that, Graham, too, because I had no idea. But yeah, there's lots of research on it, and go do your own investigating. But Cam, good guy. We love him. Help out if you can. Okay, speaking of helping out, Rogue could use some help. Rogue, it's your turn. What do we...
Segways.
The segways, baby. We flowing, we going. Okay. Rogue, you're here with what we're calling the Gob Mob. What do? You and Victor.
I think in this moment, I honestly think, I know she hasn't. I do have that stress, trauma thing, but I think that's physical. But I think Rogue's kind of gonna have a bit of a moment where the gate is open. They're too late, and now there's a whole bunch of gobs. She's here with a powerless doom, and all fucking hope is lost. Like she's kind of lost it. I think she's, especially after the cell and everything. Like there's no way she can beat them. She doesn't have her Carol Danvers powers. Like this would be easy with that. She's just got these random ass powers now, and I think she's having a bit of like a blue screen moment where she's just like staring, just like internally going into her head because she just cannot deal with this at the moment.
Yeah. I think as you swirling, goblins around you, cackling, the overwhelming sense of failure in this moment, as you are just brought into yourself. I think you think back on every aspect of this journey for you, from reconnecting with your mother only to have her die right next to you, from to killing Sinister with your bare hands, and taking that darkness from him. And I think it's like that darkness that you sort of tap into here. And there is that aspect of Sinister within you as your pale face, it shows clearly. But I think something that you haven't tapped into yet is also there within you. And I think that as Rogue is having this crisis of faith, of self faith, I suppose, I think you hear a voice. And it's Psylocke's voice, and she says, "Focus now, Rogue. Channel your energy." And you hear Cyclops say, "We're with you, Rogue. You're one of us." Followed by Colossus, who says, "You can lean on us. Find strength in us." And Kitty Pride, who says, and we'll live on through you, within you. And then finally, the voice of Gambit, who says, there's sort of a laugh, and then no one better to carry us through than you, Shay. and you're in like your little mind palace, I think, and you see them there. I mean, you absorbed their DNA, their genes through Sinister, yes, through this dark filter, but they are still there underneath all of that. And I think Rogue has a connection with the fact that she houses the X-Men inside of her. Do with that what you will.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Damn. That's okay. Yeah. I think she hears that, and then I think like he's not there, but she remembers what the professor taught her when she came to that school, which is it's not what your powers are, but what you do with them. And I think her eyes just start glowing red, and she's going to try and shoot an optic blast and sever that cord, whatever it is that he has connected to the machine.
Sure.
She's gonna like she's looking at like she focuses and she's like, okay, what can I do in this moment? And
awesome.
That I think might be the best thing she can do. Is that seems to it's connected to something.
Yeah. That's awesome. Go for it. This will be this is gonna be against the Doom Pool, actually.
Okay.
But I do love that.
Okay. I have plot points. I have plot points. So math, come on. Okay, so I'm gonna use my last plot point. And I'm going to buy another one of my dice. And so that is going to be an 18 with a D4.
Okay. 13.
Ha!
Nice. So wait, what'd you get?
18.
What was your effect die? Sorry.
Oh, D4.
How would that work? Would that just step down one of the Doom Pool dice? If she had a D4, I feel like that would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, this is my favorite song. I love this one.
We always love this song.
I love this one. Yeah, so Rogue, you make the successful move against the Doom Pool. Stepping it down, and yeah, through all of the chaos, there's just a moment where your eyes just glow and shoot through, perfectly severing the cord connecting Norman to the gate. And at that moment, you see the gate sort of it starts like kind of flickering and whatnot. He looks surprised and turns to you, and just calls out, "What have you done?" And then he turns back, and
tried to ruin your plan, dipshit. It's always like every time.
He keeps typing. Yeah. All right, Rogue, who do you pass it to?
I'm gonna pass it to. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it to Graham, Bruce outside.
Awesome.
Okay, we're barreling our way in, Amadeus and Bruce.
Yeah.
My goal is to reach our friends. I don't know if you feel that I need to make an action to get there, or if I can narrate that we're like punching through and charging.
Yeah, I think you can charge your way through. I think again, because you knew sort of the layout of the building and whatnot, I think you remember you saw there was like a power surge from this area on that computer, so I think you know where you're going.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, you can find your way down there, where you see again these swirling goblins. Actually, I think two of them start going up out of the stairwell, flying up towards the sky, while the other two are sort of staying around Norman down there. But yeah, do what you will.
Okay, here's what I want to do. This is a classic Mandarin's Ring maneuver. I'm going to pull out activate the I guess this is Remaker, and I'm going to transmute elements in the air to be hostile. So I'm going to try and surround the green goblins with like poisonous air that I've transmuted.
Okay.
In the process of that, of course, we're like bounding our way toward the center, and we see the Nexus Gate, I presume.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you're trying to hit the two that are kind of flying up towards the sky. Is that right?
I mean, I'd like to just put it on the mob of them. But
yeah, of course. I just meant for flavor. You're the ones in the stairwell.
Yeah, whatever ones we're intercepting first. Like.
Okay, great. Got it.
And maybe it's like snaking its way down in this green wave, like the Ten Commandments.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, just a simple pool here. Science. I'm using science, of course. I'm going to use my distinction, Genius in a Bottle. How about Man or Monster as a D4? Bruce is starting to do some things that are just kind of dark. So I'm going to take a plot point for that.
Great.
All right, I've got this. Got shapeshift. Okay. Why does this pool look so small to me? Transmutation, affiliation, distinction, specialty. On the days. All right, here we go. Oh, I rolled 2 1s.
Good.
Give me 2 plot points, please.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take both of them. I'm gonna give you. I want to step it up to a 10, so I think that's just one plot point.
It's okay. That's
Sorry.
okay. This is rough. I think I'm not gonna do so well here. Just trying to think if there's anything I can do. I don't think so. Okay. So that's going to be a 12 with a D8 effect. Man, that was rough. Oh, hold on. Area attack. So forgive me.
Please.
For every additional target I get a D6. So can I do how many of the green goblins can I be including?
If you want to do like the Ten Commandments thing where it snakes down, you can basally include 4 of them.
You're cool with that?
That's fine, yeah. Baby, we're on a time limit here. Okay.
Yeah, let's see. All right, I rolled another 2 1s.
Okay.
So that's 4 1s on that pool.
Wow.
I can't believe that.
I will give you another plot point.
Okay, I'm going to spend the 2 plot points you've given me.
Yeah.
Making my total 9, 17, 21 with a D8 effect.
I'm actually going to give you 2 plot points.
Oh, hold on. I may need more effect dice because You're giving me more plot points?
I was going to give you 2 for the 2 that you rolled this just now.
Okay, great. So that leaves me with 2 plot points.
To step up the Doom Pool to 3d10s.
Oh boy, scary. So what I'm doing is, I think because I used my man or monster distinction as a hinder, I am like very unethically and indiscriminately filling the building with poison gas.
Yeah.
Like the whole building. Maybe like my glasses are doing this, the backlight thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like green gas pouring around me. And 21 with a D8 effect. I'm trying to make a complication, and I'm going to make it persistent if I succeed.
Okay.
Oh! Hold on. I have an SFX. When I use a Mandarin's Ring power to create a complication that traps, poisons, or confuses an enemy, I add a D6 and I step up the effect stat. So it's just going to be the same thing, but a D10 effect.
Okay. All right, let's roll.
Do the other people in the room need to roll reactions as well? Like me and Rogue and Doom.
I think I was just narrating it that way because of the Doom pool going up. So maybe like the only effect is that everything you're doing gets a little harder. The Doom pool.
Makes sense.
Reaction is a 22.
No!
Is that what you got?
A 21. It's okay.
I got a 12 on a D12 and a 10 on a D10.
Yikes.
What?
I think that
This is how Justin rolls. Carefully setting it down.
Yeah.
Here's what happens, I think, Graham. In fact, I'm gonna spend a D10 from the Doom pool to use my reaction effect against you.
Okay.
And it's gonna be emotional stress. And I think that what happens is you do this, and we see that sort of madness taking over Bruce, and you're fuming this poisonous gas into the hole, just everywhere. And as you do, the Willem Dafoe-esque goblin comes swirling down around you through this like plume of green, haze, and gets close to you, and just like goes full on 2000 Spider-Man and just sticks into you with the goblin glider and gets real close to your face and says, my, you're just like us, aren't you?
And I think at this point, I'm gonna shut down my Mandarin's Rings powers as you see Bruce get green, the collar bursts, and he says, "You wanna see me? Well, oh!
You just, I loved everything that just happened. Could you say what you said just because I missed it?
Oh, I just said, "You want to see me when I'm angry?" And then I yelled. So
oh, beautiful. All right, so take a D10 emotional stress, please, and oh, that's so good. I love that. Okay,
I think I get a plot point for shutting down the power.
Take it. Yes.
And it activates the.
That's
We're down.
Beautiful.
Okay.
You're gonna have to change that token now, man.
You are correct. Sorry, that was the longest turn ever.
It was, but it was also really worth it and a really good character moment. So, who do you want to pass it to, Graham?
I will pass it to. Who's in the room with me and saw that?
Yeah, Johnny is real close to you.
Johnny and Rogue.
Rogue is down farther. Like Johnny hasn't got down there yet. I mean, like he's sort of still in the process of getting down there.
And Black Widow and Daredevil, you're still kind of making your way in, or are you staying out?
Yeah.
We're outside. I've got a thought, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. I'll pass it to Daredevil then.
Oh shit! Is that okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool.
I get to decide.
So rule of cool, right?
Rule of cool, baby.
Always.
Okay.
I mean, with limits, but no. Go ahead.
Why are you going off frame, Justin? Why are you
Please,
going off frame?
Please
go.
Go. I want to hear it.
Okay, so a couple of things. Danny is still around with us outside.
Yes, yeah. Danny's swirling through the sky, but she's within earshot. I mean, she can she's available.
So I'm gonna start to walk towards Bullseye. Bear with me here. I've got an idea. I'm gonna start to walk towards Bullseye. Now I'm really, really pissed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So after he had thrown that at me, and I feel something kind of disgusting and very vile and almost poisonous in me, and I start to have another flashback. And I can just kind of feel the energy of all of the people that I've killed over the last weeks. And I stop myself, turn to Danny, or in Danny's direction, and I say, "You've got this."
She says, "Oh yeah."
All right. I'm proud of you.
And she looks at you. She's 20 yards away, but she kind of looks at you with concern.
I'm proud of you.
Matt, what?
And then I turn to Black Widow, who has the complication on her chest, the bomb.
Yeah.
And I say, that drink's gonna have to wait. And in this moment, I realize that I want to do something for someone else, sacrifice myself for someone else on my team, because I know that they will be more of a help.
Oh my God.
And using the grapple on my billy club, I'm a ways away from her. I am going to attempt to fling it, grab the bomb, yank it as hard and as fast as I can, so that once it gets to me, I am its victim.
Okay. I'm gonna have this roll is gonna be against the Supreme Six, since they were the ones sort of with the bomb on them, but or rather, yeah. So I'm gonna have this roll be against the Supreme Six here. Go ahead and make the roll.
Just to clarify, this is to take the danger away from Black Widow and onto me. So,
yeah,
achieving this roll,
yes,
is a sacrifice. Okay,
I got you.
So this is about as solo as it gets. So that's a D10. I'm going to add D6 for my weapon, using my enhanced stamina. And I'm rolling. I have a 21 with the D10 effect.
Yeah, got a 13. Okay.
Okay.
Your effect die was a what?
D10.
Uh-huh. So that's gonna step up to a D12. Now, let me ask you this, Hollis.
Yeah.
Because I think there is a version of this where you make the ultimate sacrifice, and then I think there's a version of this where you are willing to make the ultimate sacrifice, but don't necessarily have to. And I'm curious, because I think you fulfill your milestone with the act of doing it.
Sure.
So you tell me, because this is your decision. Does the bomb land with you, or does it follow past you through and go hit Bullseye.
I'm sorry to do this, and I promise it's just for story's sake.
Mm-hmm.
But with his guilt at the very, very front of his mind, and knowing what he's done in his world, and knowing some of the awful shit that he's done here, and the violence that he's indulged in, I think the ultimate sacrifice would be a good way to close his story.
All right. So you catch the bomb, ripping it off of Widow's body as she kind of pulls you with it a little bit, Widow. It kind of lifts you up. You feel it sort of just rip off of you as it flies across the compound. You hear Danny scream, no! As she flies, and is just too late as the bomb closes in and just explodes in the middle of this courtyard. Now, I am going to take that D12 that you had. Not only does it erase Black Widow's complication of Tick Tick Boom, I think it also finishes off the Supreme Six. This explosion is larger than I think expected, and you watch it. I mean, you don't watch, but people are, we as an audience watch as it explodes. Widow, you are blasted back onto the ground. Bullseye is crushed under rubble from the part of the building that has collapsed from the explosion, and we can also see inside as Sabretooth has a couple I forget what they're called, E-bars?
Like rebars
through his chest, sort of pinning him as blood comes out of his mouth. Supreme Six is done for with this sacrifice, and as the smoke clears from the immense wind, Widow, you're the only one of the team present here to see this. I think Clint is also nearby, and you see him standing from a distance, and you just see Danny cradling Matt in her arms, his body completely charred, and I mean, just he is dead. I think by default we're just gonna pass it to Natasha now.
Yeah. You know that ringing in your ears that happens when there's something loud? I feel like it's that. I feel like she's shaking her head, kind of taking it all in, like, whoa. Stumbling forward to Danny and Matt, kind of understanding what just happened in a way of like, that wasn't about me, right? That wasn't for me, right? No, that wasn't for me, right? Probably crying.
Yeah.
Out of frustration and confusion, and just the fact that we were all going to go back and now we aren't. Oh boy.
I think at this point, Nat, you watch two green goblins zoom out of the interior of the building, swirl around in the sky, cackling, and just chucking pumpkin bombs.
God damn it. I'm so angry.
More
I'm so
explosions. The fight is not done.
Yeah.
And I think you feel a hand touch yours, and you feel Yelena next to you, who's panting as she has just finished off a group of Ultrons.
Yeah.
And she says, We need to go inside.
Show me. And I'm cold now. Cold. I'm going to kill them all. Sorry, go ahead.
No, she starts pulling you. You start running alongside her as one of these green goblins swoops down and is like coming up behind you, basically like pursuing you as you were running on foot.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
Okay, so is Clint with me as well? I think I'll have, Clint yell for him or something.
You have Yelena on one side and Clint on the other.
Clint on the other. Okay, so I can use Clint as a D8, correct? In my role?
Yeah.
Or
yes. No, absolutely. Yes, please do.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take away that one, and I'm just gonna use my regular old electric blast plus Clint. And I'm running, and I'm just gonna right in the face, right in the, I'm over it.
Amazing. Make the roll.
Okay. 1, only one. Just one.
Only one.
Okay.
I will pay you for that.
Okay, excellent. And I will have used one of my previous plot points to add a die. So I'm going to end up with an 18 with the D8 effect.
Okay. This is on the Gob Mob. Actually, that's pretty good, Elise.
Okay.
Yeah. It's close. I got a 16. I'm gonna choose not to. I'm gonna leave the doom pool where it's at. So yeah, you succeed. What was your effect die?
D8.
Okay. How would you like that to be? Sort of like physical stress or
physical stress,
okay.
Straight up.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Gob Mob has a D8 physical stress. If that gets stepped up to a D12, it'll knock off one of the D10s there.
Cool.
Awesome sauce. Go ahead and describe to me exactly what this looks like. The goblin that's on your tail is the like noir looking one with like the carnival mask and like the very very just creepy vibes. I mean, I guess they all do, but anyway.
Yeah, maybe I'm just running. He's seeing whatever comes up beside, like, and I just don't give a shit. Blast him right in the face. Maybe his mask is gone now, and I keep running.
Okay.
Not.
Okay, I love it.
Not today.
Who do you want to pass to?
I think Johnny, you're the last one, right?
Last but not least.
Unless we want the Gob Mob to go.
Also has to go.
Oh, Gob Mob.
I'm gonna pass it to them. I'm gonna pass to them.
Cool. All right, we'll start there with that one on you. I'm gonna, for the sake of, no, this is good. Okay. Great. I'm just gonna go ahead and roll. This one is going to try and blast right back at you.
Okay.
Nice. Maybe my worst roll of the night.
Yay!
I got a 12. A 12.
You got any ones in there?
With a D12 effect. No ones.
Okay.
I have 3 2s, 2 3s, and two 6s.
That's
Excellent.
upsetting.
All right. So let me roll mine. No ones.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna have to spend a plot point to bump up my roll. You got a what?
And you can use Clint in your reaction too.
Oh, I can? Okay, good. Let me do that.
As long as you sort of like narratively kind of tie him in.
Oh, for
can
sure.
Use those extras in every single roll, guys.
Awesome.
That's what they're there for.
Good to know. Good to know. Let me roll another D8 real quick. If I can find one. Got it. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, perfect. I will then have gotten a 17 with the D10 effect.
Cool. That'll do it, and that'll actually be a heroic success.
That's
do you
right.
have a
So does
plot
that
point?
mean I do?
If you want to use it, you can use your effect die as a reaction, and it does step up.
I would love to do that.
Okay.
I will do that.
So, awesome. Use your plot point. What was the reaction, or what was the effect die?
D10.
So it steps up to a D12. Do you finish off him the way that you started? With the
Absolutely.
physical stress?
Yes.
Amazing. So, I love it. So you blast him. He comes back at you stronger with he actually has like a longer blade that he kind of pulls out, and he's coming at you to slash you. Can you describe for me how you react? And
Oh, yeah.
You have Yelena, you have Clint. I mean, what exactly happens here to defeat him?
So I used Clint. So I think what's going to happen is it's going to happen so quick. Like it's like cutting someone off in the middle of their sentence. I hit him with my electric blast. He pulls out a sword. I see it. I think I'm just going to have Clint give me a boost up so I can just get him from the top and land and keep running.
Amazing. Yeah, you get him, you flip up, shock him down. His glider immediately nosedives and just like forks into the ground, throwing him forward and impaling him on his own swords, where he tumbles and falls. You also go leaping forward, but you do so much more acrobatically and gracefully, doing a little little tuck and roll, and then keep running. As if it was nothing, you've taken out one of the goblins. Beautiful.
Amazing. And I have a question. Is that glider available for purchase?
That's awesome. It kind of nosedived in the ground, but if you want to go back and see if you can use it, like,
yeah,
that can
baby.
totally be a thing on your next turn.
Okay, excellent.
I love that. The next, so two of the goblins sort of act in tandem, and are coming at Johnny. Okay, Johnny, prepare a reaction here. This is going to be a 15.
And they're both going after me?
Yeah, it's basically... Ignore the dice for a second. Just, yeah, two goblins, the more, like, the classic one and the zombie one are still down in that, like, lower level. And as you get down there, you see Rogue is sort of... has confronted Norman himself up on the over in that area, but the two of the goblins kind of swarm at you as soon as you get close to the bottom there.
Yeah, I'd already created another roll, so I had to set up another one so I don't mess it up. I don't want to lose it. I am going to yeah, I would say that I'm using my hitch because I want to be very clear, or using my whatever it's called, to get a plot point, but also just because it's like, fuck these guys. Like, honestly, I eat nerds like you for breakfast. These are the old schooliest and stupidest of villains I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm going straight for their little trips. I'm going straight for their little vehicles. Woo! I do have 1-1.
That was a D10 belittle. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was a D10 belittle. Yeah. 1-1, just so you know. And
okay.
That's going to be a 21. Does that save?
It does, yeah.
I just do it like that to be obnoxious. It's a Delalia thing.
Oh, I see. Okay, great.
It so is.
That is. Now, do you have a plot point that you would like to use your reaction? Because you do,
I would like to do that.
That would be a heroic success, so you could up your effect die. Up to you.
Ooh. Yeah, I want to do that. So I have a D10 effect die. I am going to
actually hold real quick. You have a thing where your successful reactions hit them anyway.
Anyway, so stop it. It's me. On a successful reaction, it gets a physical attack action, inflicts physical stress with your effect die at no cost. You can spend a plot point to step it up, so I'm going to spend my plot point to step it up to a 12.
Cool.
and take them out.
Okay.
And I do it laughing at them. I do it very insultingly. You guys are jokes. Enjoy your spaghetti.
Yeah, you just sort of flame on and take them out.
Yeah. Sure. Well, and it's like effortless. Like I'm just like, is this fucking for real?
Okay.
And it's like it's annoying, and I'm just like,
Great.
and it's like it's pathetic that they die.
I get it. Yes, thank you for shitting all over my big bad evil guys. It's good.
I just want the other goblins to. I have a goal for this.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say it's great to know Johnny has not had any turmoil this whole session.
No.
Thank you for making that clear.
This is me being against the other goblins. I'm setting something up. Just wait.
All right, I believe you. You take out. Go ahead and knock off another D10 off of the gob mob there.
Did you buy my one or no?
I did. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Sick. All right, and then let's see. The next, the Willem Dafoe goblin is there with that's what his name is with the Hulk
oh boy.
And is going to yeah, honestly
I have to do the body language.
No, you have to. I think he is sort of aghast at you turning into the Hulk as he like his glider sort of just not even instinctively what am I trying to say, as you turn into the Hulk, it just kind of automatically pulls out of you, and he's kind of gliding there, and he kind of cocks his head and he says, well, this is this is interesting, and then he's going to pull a bunch of pumpkin bombs out of his bag, activate them, and sling the entire bag at you.
Oh, geez.
In one big explosion.
If he adds my emotional stress to the roll, it steps up when he's done.
Okay.
So like after the roll, it goes up to a D12.
Okay, he will do that. Well, not bad, not great. 18. Yeah, 18 D10.
Okay, I'm gonna say like Amadeus comes in and we're like two Hulks, shoulder to shoulder, and I'm getting kind of driven back, and Amadeus is gonna come in and help me out as we start bashing back.
Yeah.
I'm using my godlike stamina to just like, withstand all of this physical barrage. What is the effect gonna be? Is it a physical?
Yes. Well, I think this goblin is really trying to get under your skin more, and I think this will be emotional.
I'm gonna spend a plot point and change it to physical.
Okay. At least I make you spend it.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I guess it depends on if it works.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, as Amadeus comes in next to you, he says, glad to have you back, Doc. And throws blows next to you.
And I just go, Did you hear it that time?
Yeah, that was better. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh, I think here's what I want to. No, let's just see. I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
Okay. It's a 17. You rolled a 17?
I got an 18.
18
with a D10.
So, that's so close. I will let it happen, but I'm going to spend the plot point to turn it into physical stress.
Okay. Yeah, he just lobs this bag at you. This rocks the entire compound. The stairwell that you just came out of, Johnny, crumbles and is now blocked off. The the whole area shakes. This has been 2 back-to-back blasts on this building, and it is not taking it well. Okay, the final turn here for the Gob Mob is Norman, who, after getting his cord cut off there, weird choice of words, will activate some stuff on his computer. Fuck it, it's a comic book, let's keep going. You all feel this sort of like mechanical like whirring and hissing, and the whole section that you, Rogue, and he are on begins to lift higher through like the ceiling as it like opens up, and up out into the elements, into the open sky,
Into the unknown.
and are now sort of like on this like towering platform overlooking the entire area. For the record, now there's sort of like an escape for the rest of you to go out into the sky, so you're not trapped off from the stairwell, but do it as you will.
What is it with bad guys and giant platforms in the sky? Like,
Yeah.
It's always either that or a giant beam of light.
Yeah. It's just cool.
Yeah, can't go wrong with aesthetics, man. Can't
right.
fault them for that.
Norman is going to now he doesn't have a glider, but he is going to turn. The symbiote fills like covers his body, and you see for the first time in person his sort of Goblin King persona. This red and black tendrils kind of oozing off of him, making him look almost like he's out of phase with like reality, as he leaps towards you quickly and terrifyingly, and is going to, like, in midair, his arm sort of like symbiotically shifts into a big axe and is going to slice down at you, Rogue.
Rat.
And here's the roll. Okay, 18 with a D10.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Fuck. That is also an 18 with a D10, but you're the actor, so.
I want to use a thing.
What thing?
Oh, wait. No, I didn't.
I want to lend a trait to my teammates' reaction roll to save them from taking stress or to spare them pain.
Okay. Lend a trait to... Okay. I'm trying to think. That would make sense.
Traits of the Flamons, right? Yeah.
That would make sense to be done retroactively, like after the roll. Okay. Yeah, I'll allow it. So, what trait are you giving her?
So he axed. That doesn't make sense. Maybe it does. You know what? We've done this before, and I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
I am going to, as she's leaving, like as she's going up, I'm gonna say, "You need this more than I do," and I give her my superhuman durability so that it can help her step it up. And I give it to her because she's rogue.
Okay.
Like she's.
Oh, I was like, I don't. Okay. I get it now. So you let her drain your durability from you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a what size die?
10.
A 10. So do you want to go ahead and roll an extra 10, Rebecca, and see if it helps your roll?
Sorry, I'm trying to...
You're okay.
Oh, that's how it's working. Okay. Sorry.
We're all waiting with anticipation.
I know, right? Okay, wait.
No pressure.
Wait. That is... Wait. Sorry, I can count. So that was a 9. So
Nice.
that's a 9 plus my 18.
Well,
Sorry,
no, it's not plus.
So
you would
Oh,
add
okay,
it to.
so
You would basically still have 2 dice in your total. You just
right.
can use the
Unless you
9
spend a plot
instead of
point.
what else you had.
Okay, so that would make it. Fuck. Hang on.
Yeah, sorry. It's basically like you're reconfiguring your total now that you have another die added in.
Yeah.
If your 9 is bigger than what you rolled one of your other die to make the 18, then
It is.
awesome.
It is, but I cleared my thingy,
Oh, okay.
so I don't know what the fuck I rolled.
Okay.
Hang on.
Well, that's fine.
I'll just take. I can
What?
just take the
We can
damage.
we can call
I
it.
fucked up.
It's
I
all right.
fucked up.
It's all right. No worries. I know you're using the online thing, and it's tricky sometimes. Okay. We'll just say that you beat it there with with
Sorry.
Johnny's help. So as the axe comes down, what does it look like as you block it or as you get out of the way?
I think it's just an intangibility. I think it just goes right through her.
Sure. Cuts right through you. You are now face to face with
Eat.
with the Goblin King.
Uh-huh.
And I believe the last person to go is Johnny.
Yes, that's
Uh-huh.
right.
Is that right? Okay, so yeah, I'll pass it to Johnny.
Okay, so you might say no, but my
Right.
plan is to, when you've just gotten done working out and your muscles are hotter than usual?
No,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that feeling, but keep going.
Okay, that's how it works. Yes, you do.
Tester.
And anyway, so I'm glistening in the sun, in the sparkles and everything, like right now, because I just did all that shit. I did other shit. Like I'm a little dehydrated. The body is right, and so I think what we need to focus on here is Johnny flying up in a flame like normal, and then just holding himself up by his hands and feet, and just again all body yaddy yaddy, and he's behind Carnage, and he says, "Aren't you tired of being inside of this disgusting old man? Wouldn't you rather have something like this?"
Ew, you're on fire.
I know. And so I am trying to lure Carnage out of Norman Osborn.
I'll allow. I mean, yeah,
Whoa.
go for it. I wish I could set a DC on this roll, but that's not how this game works, and so it's all up to fate. And if you roll higher, then for some reason Carnage thinks that's a good idea to
Right.
to embrace
So it's
the
funny.
flame.
Am I? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put it on full display. I'm going to add up because I did get to step up my supersonic flight using my thing that I bought from you previously. And that's sort of that's why I'm prettier than usual and like living. But I'm also just going to like sort of show off all of my assets right now. And I've got like cool things like flying around me fire-wise. Like I am in a store window at this point. Holy shit, these are so bad. I rolled so bad. Okay, so the good news is I have several plot points.
Okay.
Because I got 2 ones, one of which was on my D12.
Okay. So this is how many I'm sorry, how many ones did you roll?
2.
2 ones. Okay. I'm gonna give you a single plot point to up the D8 to a D12.
Team. This is getting bad.
Yeah,
And then okay, so what'd you get?
19.
Okay, it's pretty good.
And I used everything I had to get there. To be fair.
All right, this is against the Goblin King. Okay, well I rolled a 1 on an 8.
I'll buy it.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
my roll outside of that is pretty good. So I got a 22.
I hate this.
But only with a D8 effect. Although I guess this is a reaction, so it doesn't matter. So it's a valiant attempt, and it almost seems that Carnage is considering it, as he almost feels like maybe he's on the losing side of a battle. But as soon as he sees your flames, he sort of shirks back.
Yeah.
And shies away from that.
But I'm gonna buy your D1, your one, because I want to reduce one of the doom pools. And I want that to manifest as he's a little bit like a dog that like has been pulled away from the situation, but just like keeps looking back at me, like is just sort of distracted, and Norman's like, "What it?"
Cool.
So I tell my dog, leave it.
Yeah, so you can step the D12 back to a D10. Johnny.
Okay. What?
Something. Okay, well, it's not my turn, but I just want to say, there is a moment where you hear a whisper in your head, and a voice that says, "Is that offer good for all of us?" And yeah, Johnny, I don't know that you have any fucking clue who this is, but you can tell that it's something calling to you from within Norman. As Carnage isn't the only entity that he houses. So
I'm into it.
No.
You say yes?
What?
So
I guess.
I think Johnny goes in his head. He goes, "What you got?"
Okay, well, cool.
Just wants more
it's not my
details.
turn, so I can't really. I just wanted to tease that. But who do you want to pass it
And
to
the
now,
episode
Johnny?
ends.
It's a top of a new round, so anybody's
Yeah.
available except for the crossed out people.
Widow.
R.I.P.
all right. I look at that little cutie little floater guy, glider. and I
Yes, yes.
And I pick it up, and I want to get on it, and I'm gonna have to roll for it, aren't I?
Honestly, no, it's fine. I think you can use it. You're Black Widow. I think this is just
Amazing.
I think you are trained in using all kinds of technology, and you sort of just it becomes like second nature. So yeah, flavor-wise, you now have a Goblin glider. Mechanically, doesn't really do too much, but there you go.
Sure.
You can
But
fly.
what I want to do, because yeah, that's what I want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, Clint, cover me, and I'm going to have seen Rogue and Johnny fly up to Goblin King Man guy, and I want to follow, and then just start blasting him as many times as I can while I zoom around.
Sweet. Wait,
So
this is Goblin King, you said?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's sort of stationary, but
Oh,
you
he's not high. He's not in the sky. Who's in the sky? Is anyone in the sky?
So he is on sort of a raised platform.
Oh, okay. That's
with
what
Rogue and Johnny.
Oh, perfect.
You could totally hit him. I just meant that he wasn't like sort of like.
He's not up in the
moving
sky.
around, yeah.
I don't know why I thought he was up in the sky.
Listen,
It's a lot to keep
there's
track
a
of.
lot
I'm
of
not sure
words
either.
coming out of my mouth, and I can't blame you at all for not following.
Oh my
every one of them.
gosh. Okay, so anyway, he's just a little lower than I previously imagined, but I'm going to still just zoom and
Beautiful.
try and blast him.
Beautiful. Hit me with a roll.
All right. And then let me grab Clint's help here. Alrighty. Here we go. No ones.
Yeah.
Hells yeah.
That's a character arc.
Oh, yeah, baby. We're here. And then I'm going to spend a plot point to make my roll a 21 with a D8 effect.
Sweet. Sweet. Okay. Nope. I got a 17.
Ooh.
Success. What would you like your effect to be?
Maybe just some physical damage on his body, his shell, if you will.
Sure.
Just like on his shoulder, like an electric burn.
Yeah. This is on the gob mob for the record. So what was the effect die?
D8.
D8 physical stress on the gob mob.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool guys. Cool. Widow blasts him. Who do you pass it to?
Oh, let's see. I'm gonna pass it to Rogue, actually, since I just flew by.
Sweet.
I'm muted.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Okay. So he, Goblin, symbiote, shadow guy, Shadow King. I don't know this guy's name now. So he just got hit with an arrow.
Goblin King, yeah.
And is kind of distracted by Johnny, who's like up there flameo.
Yeah,
right?
It's like they're so Norman is focused on you. Carnage is kind of in between you and Johnny, and or well, actually, I guess Norman's now focused on Widow as she's just hit him. But Carnage is sort of focused on you. But then there's also okay, I'll just be straight. Of course, the Shadow King is focused on Johnny. So there's
I don't know.
Three sides to it.
Jesus fucking Christ, this guy's a hot mess. All right, so Rogue is going to utilize this distraction, and she's whipping off her gloves, and she is going to grab this nasty man, and she is gonna say, "Pucker up, Buttercup," and she's gonna go for a kiss, and she's going to drain him. And I did a 4 with the untouchable for a plot point, and I'm going to use that plot point.
Wait, sorry, a 4? What are you saying?
Rather than an 8, I took a 4.
Yeah, she's doing a hinder.
You're
hinder.
You're okay. You're
That's a word, hinder. Sorry. And so I'm going to use that to buy my other die, which makes that a 20 with a D12.
Okay, not bad.
I don't want any of these fuckers in my head, but by golly, I don't know what else to do.
Okay.
Is there a better thing?
I am gonna spend a Doompool die.
How dare.
To raise myself up to a 25.
How dare. Sir, it is 10:43.
So good for us, though.
But it's good. Listen, as you go to drain, you put your hands on, you feel that entity, the Shadow King, within him sort of immediately block you off. Your powers just don't have effect over him as you're touching him.
Just kissing him? Gross.
As you're kissing him. So yeah, you're just doing it out of, God
damn it.
But furthermore, I have a special effect called the Shadow King's Power, and on a successful reaction, I can inflict my effect die at no cost, as mental stress specifically. So, that's going to be a D10 mental stress on you, Rogue. As you go to do this, you're immediately just attacked mentally. You feel almost like the X-Men within you are sort of now being attacked by the Shadow King, and there's like an internal mental battle going on.
Oh, fuck. Who has the helmet?
Awesome. So,
Elise, did you lose the helmet?
Rogue, that's your turn. Who do you want to pass to?
I'm gonna pass to Banner.
Okay. I am going to rally, and from that physical stress that I got, there's not really like Hulk blood, I don't think, but my body's like growing bigger and the muscles are pushing the glider back. and I'm just gonna grab that goblin by the head and do a full-on like bam, bam, and then throw him up. My goal is to throw him like full-on rampage. I'm gonna jump, as I throw him and throw him at the Goblin King.
Awesome. Okay, amazing.
So
does that make it an area attack?
That's what my hope is, that it would be with both.
Yeah.
So my pool is huge because I'm also adding my emotional stress.
Sure.
And I'm adding Amadeus. There's another D12. What is that? What is my other D12? I just did this. Oh, sorry. The other one is my strength. And then the Gob Mob has a D10 physical stress. And I'm doing area attack. So anyway, this is a huge goal. We'll see how this goes.
Sweet.
All right. Total is 21. Can I pump it up? What do I want to do here? I have a plot point left. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually use 2 10s. I rolled 2 10s on the D10s. Then I'm gonna spend my plot point to add a 7, so it's a 27.
Okay.
And my 2 effect dice are both D12s. So D12 stress to each. This would potentially take them down. It would also cause Hulk to rampage, because I don't have a plot point to reduce my...
You actually do. You actually do. One just got a ribbon.
Oh, thank you, Andy Solio. You said...
All right. I see you over there.
We'll see. I mean,
it's all happening.
We're all working together, Justin.
The thing is, my healing factor can't heal my emotional stress. So even on the next time I get targeted by anything, I'm gonna stress out and rampage.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is all in. That might be the highest Marvel heroic roll I've ever had.
It's pretty good.
But then you have to do the thing where you're like, does that hit? And do it real mean, like sassy.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a 21. And I'm not... Yeah. No. My instincts are conflicting with the time restraints. It's that thing again.
12 minutes left, man.
I know. So I'm not going to do anything. You got it.
Okay, Hulk. I push him back. I grab him. Bam, bam. And then I leap. And my body like bursts through the top of the White House.
Hell yeah.
And I throw him at the other goblin. And then my leap like continues all the way down. And I slam in the ground. And yeah, that's kind of where we'll leave it until we'll see what happens.
Amazing. Yes. So you have killed the Willem Dafoe goblin, and you have, quote unquote, defeated the Goblin King. Still alive, just out of
stressed out.
Thank you. With that in mind, technically speaking, you have now defeated. We are sort of flowing out of an action scene, unless Graham. So Hulk does not berserk. Is that right?
Oh man, now it comes to it. He's on the edge, and I think deep down, Banner knows that they need him to use this machine and get out. And the Hulk has a moment of breathing for a second, and he's gonna start kind of coming out of it, maybe.
Yeah.
Or I just am like, oh fuck, and I boop you with the Hulk blaster.
Didn't he break it?
Yeah, that's I believe
I
the
thought
Hulk
we had it.
blasters.
Oh wait, it's a
Oh, the Hulk blaster, the gun.
Yeah.
But that was a previous act. I think it went away.
That being said, if I
I
may
love that idea.
take control for a few moments here, a few things happen. Bruce, there is definitely an internal moment where you and I think the Hulk just have I don't know, would you call it an understanding? I mean, do you think that there's some sort of
Yeah, that's cool.
Bruce took control for weeks and was, the dominant, the alpha, and buried the Hulk. And then, eventually the Hulk worked his way back in. But is there, I don't know. I mean, where do you think Bruce is at with that?
I like the idea that the Hulk wants to rampage. The anger is there. He wants to just bring the whole world down. And something inside of him is pulling him back. And proverbially, Bruce is like looking him in the eye.
Yeah.
And saying, these people need you. They need me.
And almost mirroring the scene from way back in the Hulklands where Bruce stood before this beast Hulk and put him out of his misery, really. The opposite seems to happen here, where there's an understanding reached between the two of you, and the Hulk gives in as Bruce comes out of it, and it's the scientist we all need is here now. While that's happening, yes, there was a really cool thing that happened in the chat that I'm kind of bummed never got to see fruition, but I want to mention it anyway. JL Mark, we got a vibranium dagger asset. The first asset that had been gifted with channel points. It has been an option since day one of this stream, and it finally got used.
God damn it!
Couldn't get used, but a vibranium dagger.
I have an idea for it, like narratively. So
okay, yeah. Like, you want to hold on to it, or you want to do it now?
I'll do it now. Where Norman is still alive, correct?
Yes, and if you're wanting to use it to kill him, hold on one second while I get some words out.
Don't worry, I'm not. So yeah, no worries. Go ahead, keep going.
I love that. Rogue, Rogue, you watch. You see you kind of turn and look out and see the whole surrounding area. You witness for the first time that just how much support you all had. Yes, there were all of the superheroes that came and helped in that moment, but you see now, you look out, you see Thunderbolt Ross, the Red Hulk out there. You see Hazmat. You see people that you haven't even you'd never met in this world, like Visionary, an adult version of Vision. You see Kamala Khan is here as well. Mysterio and Blob and Pyro and Toad have led a huge amount of rebels into the city to sort of witness this dethroning of Osborn and witness for themselves the truth in its entirety. Johnny, I think you noticed that as well, and maybe there's a surge of pride as you know that was your doing. You rallied these people where beforehand they had no real motivation to do anything of the kind. But Johnny, I think that is a moment is somewhat short-lived because there is impeding darkness knocking in on your mind once more, and the Shadow King is there and starts to sort of dig into your mind. And if you'll allow me, Kelsea, to just sort of play this out, as he sort of like starts to dig into you the same way that he dug into Yelena, in a way that is completely overpowering and just immensely painful. You feel as all of that is taken away, as you see a glowing purple hex around Norman, and you turn and see Valeria is behind you, and she has sort of pulled the Shadow King back with her mystic powers. She looks to you, Johnny, and she says, I'm sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you've been through this all by yourself, doing the best you can, kicking ass, and trying to put Band-Aids over all of that hurt you had. It's not fair. You shouldn't have had to do that by yourself.
Can I would like to hug you.
Yes. Come on. And immediately, absolutely. Big hug. Hardcore.
This Doom's a girl?
Yeah, some of you are seeing this for the first time. That makes sense.
Doom's a girl?
So,
I'm so confused. Oh, wait, what about our Doom?
So Norman's on the ground. I think, unless you choose not to, all of you are sort of gathered around. The Nexus Gate is still going. It's still active. Although nothing's coming out or in of it right now. Norman's defeated. He says, all right, you've bested me. Congratulations. Are you going to go home now? Turn tail and run? Leave this world a little better than you found it, I suppose?
And I stand over him and I say, this world isn't yours anymore. This is their world. But number one rule is we all get to decide who we're going to be, and then the consequences will apply. So who are you going to be, Norman? Do you choose to do good, or are you done?
Elise.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I think that I'm charging. I have landed. I'm charging towards him with this. I think I find this vibranium knife in the detritus around.
Yeah.
And I'm charging up to his
collection.
Yes. It's on his neck. And I'm going to hear what Johnny said. I'm going to say, what do you choose?
What choice do I have?
And then I think what I'm going to do is turn him around and point it at his back. And I'm going to take him to Danny or somebody that I know will handle him.
You see,
when we leave.
Mayday and Miles, who were a part of the huge battle going on, and didn't get a spotlight moment in a 3-hour session, but come over and sort of take him off your hands. And Mayday says, we'll see justice done.
I know you will.
it's at this point that you all hear a as like the gate itself starts to fluctuate, and you all whip around, and you see Victor, and he is looking at you. He has regained his armor. You lost him in the mess of it all. He went and he found his armor somewhere. So he puts his mask on, and then calls out to you and says, best of luck in getting home. I, meanwhile, will be journeying onward. My quest is not complete.
Can I...
And then he says, one piece of advice. Energy signatures are necessary for proper location, for finding the proper location with a Nexus gate. It's how they tracked us. I go forth without knowing my destination, but if you wish to go back to a specific one, it will come at a cost. And then he turns and swoops and just walks into the portal, going who knows where. Apparently he doesn't.
He doesn't.
And you're left with that. There's this whole scene is still just ongoing. I think there's like cleanup happening. I think people are like sort of tending wounds and whatnot. And Danny comes over to you with Matt's body.
Oh.
And she just won't let go of him.
I'm gonna walk up to her and gently try to coax his body into my arms. I'm gonna apologize a million times. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We have to take him back. They have to know. They have to see.
She nods. She just keeps nodding, but she's not really letting go.
Yeah.
And she eventually sort of gives in and hands you his body. And there is a moment between you and Danny, Nat, where it's I don't think she says anything. But you just see her stance, her confidence, her determination moving forward in this world is she might as well be Matt.
Yeah.
Lunella approaches you, Bruce. And she says, what Doom said isn't incorrect. I was checking out the Nexus Gate, and in order for you to go back to your Earth, you'll need to track that energy signature. And in order for that to happen, someone has to be here to activate that. Someone with your energy signature.
Oh.
I mean, you could chance it, but who knows in the vast multiverse how many other... I mean, the chances are... Well, you know.
Well, I guess getting 3 home is better than getting no one home.
I mean, we could probably... if we had more time, we could think of another option, but the power source here is about to run out. I mean, I don't know. Mjolnir might be a good enough power source as well. We could keep trying. You have extra Pym particles. We could see if we could work out an option.
I'll stay.
No, I don't think so. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to interrupt you on that one, Johnny. You've done your heroism for the day.
Sure, but I feel like these people could use my help. They don't need a leader. They don't need someone to make decisions. They just need an extra set of arms. And I got these arms. He's trying to be cute, but he's got like a misty eye.
Mm-mm.
Are you electing to stay because you want to help or because it's easier than going home?
Can I choose both?
Look, I'm not the same as I was when I came through on the first time. I don't think I could handle anybody seeing me like this right now. And honestly, between Logan and everyone else, I could do some good here. The X-Men won't miss me. It's a big family. Yours is smaller. And Valeria needs you back home. You can do a lot of good. They'll listen to you.
Well, you know what? If we both stay, then you can always just send me back later.
We set out to get home, but in order to get to this point, we had to save this world, and we have. So, I don't know. This is your choice. It sounds like it's possible for us to leave someone behind. And if you want to be that person, I'm not going to stop you. I'll start firing up the energy signature.
Sure. You you start it off, and you can code that in, and the portal sort of like kind of blasts a little bit as you see it change, and then it's tracking your way home now, but as soon as somebody like basically takes their hand off the
Yeah. Okay.
So
I've got my hand on the press to talk.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it. So
I'm looking at you. Both of you are looking pretty determined to stay.
Let me say real quick, while that energy signature is tracked onto your home, Johnny, your cell phone starts pinging. Ding, 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 ding. You have gotten so many texts that weren't going through, but for somehow through the science of it all, the magic of it all, the comic book of it all, it now starts activating. And Johnny, I think you see the oldest text is the first one that you see. Fuck it, whatever. And you remember it's a text from. If you remember your flashback, Kelsea, there was a conversation you had with your sister, and she, there was a conversation, she texted you, but it never went through because you got pulled in. This is what I sent you earlier, Kelsea, and I censored it. You can go ahead and read that now if you want. And this is a text from Sue that you get. But while that's happening, I think that everybody from this world is sort of coming to sort of pay their respects, to thank Matt. To pay their respects to Matt and to thank you all. Yeah, at the sake of going way too far over time here, I know there's probably many moments we want to have with individuals, but if there's one thing, just before you walk through the portal, I mean, Bruce and Natasha, I think it's pretty clear that both of you are intent on going home, so we'll start with you two. yeah, what do you...
I turn to Danny and I say, "You did good, kid." And I turn around and walk.
And before you go, a hand just holds you up, and you see that it's Yelena, and her and Clint are interlocking fingers together, and they just both pull you into the biggest embrace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tears, a warm hug, and no words exchanged, just that feeling as you prepare to leave. Bruce?
Yeah, I'll just... Obviously, we're bringing Matt, and I know that we'll have a chance to sort of recognize his heroism among the people who knew this version of him. But I'll look back at Rogue and Johnny, and I'm still recovering, right, from having come out of the Hulk, but thank you, both of you. You helped me see that there was something more important than just fighting to get out. And I'm not going to forget that. And this machine still works, so keep in touch, I guess. Drop us a line. And I'll look over at Johnny, and I'll pull the mandarin rings off my finger.
Oh, don't get this.
And I'll say, there's probably not room enough for more than 10 of these in any world. And I'll hold them out to you and say, I guess you're the remaker now. Remake this place. And I'll give Amadeus a nod and a wink and I'll let someone take the button and I'll step through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Rogue puts her hand on the button, and Johnny, you doing okay over there?
I just got... Yeah, I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be? This has been a totally chill experience. And you see me just text somebody really quick. And then I say, I'm going to go back, but I'm not going to go back today. They need me here. And I don't know, maybe it's a little bit cooler if it's a sacrifice. And he
sadly flips his hair. I kind of want to do something now, but Kelsey, I don't want to take away your choice. Well, Rogue sees how distressed he is. She's going to reach forward and she's going to grab him and she's going to give him a good long kiss, just enough to weaken him. And she's just going to shove him through the portal.
Wow.
And she's just going to say, "You're ready."
Wow.
I can't stand seeing a man cry.
Yeah.
All right. Are you okay with that, Kelsea?
Yeah.
Are you okay with that? I will.
It's the final episode. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
The way it
Wow.
ends, the way the story happens, the story happens.
So that's a cool moment. And the final thing I have to ask is Matt's body. Does that go with you guys?
Oh, I'm holding him. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep.
And Rogue, you are the last one here as you turn out to face the world, your new reality. And is there anything we leave you with as we cut away from that?
Yeah, I think she's I'm not gonna cry. I think she's gonna turn to Logan and she's just gonna say, do you remember your wedding to Mariko all those years ago? Yeah, I took a bullet for you and you saved my life. For that, you literally wanted to cut my heart out for what I did to Miss Marvel, and well, you had every right to do that, but you didn't. You showed me kindness. You forgave me. I think it's time you started forgiving yourself. We can fix this, Logan. We can't go back and undo what we did. But we can still make it right.
He steps up next to you and puts an arm around you and pulls you in tight. And he says, "We got a whole lot of fixing, kid. But you're goddamn right, we can do it."
For the motherfucking X-Men.
And we leave you at that. In a bit of an epilogue here, real quick. Earth 616. You're back home. Time has passed. And you all meet back up on a rainy Sunday where a service is being held outside of a church in Hell's Kitchen. You see a beautiful statue has been mounted outside the church, and it is Daredevil heroically sort of, just in a pose leaping forward. I think we see all three of you there exchanging glances.
We all have black umbrellas.
All with black umbrellas. With just, 20 seconds each, is there anything you want to add to the end of your story as you have made it back home?
I think Bruce is going to find out what's ahead. It could be anything.
Yeah.
But he's kind of back to status quo. Amazing way.
Love it.
I feel like Black Widow's going to spend a lot more time focusing on where Clint and Yelena are and how she can kind of invest in time and energy into her relationships with them.
Honestly, Johnny looks different. Like, he doesn't look, something about him seems a little bit darker, maybe. There's a little bit of a shadow there, but he's calmer. He's not trying to prove anything to anybody. He is maybe a little tired, but he's actually sort of picked up some vigilante work on the side. So at night, in secret, he's sort of got his own thing going on. He learned it from a good friend of his.
Love that. And that will finish our series Future Reign, everybody.
Good job, everyone.
Amazing stuff, guys.
Ended it with a plot point.
I want to thank everybody who has watched this series, whether it was just this episode or the whole thing. We love that you got to experience it with us. Thank you for sticking with us, and I hope that it was as rewarding for you as it was for us. Thanks to these other 5 people up here. Love you guys. Thanks for going on the ride with me. And be sure to check out future Ghostlight streams. We will be doing more stuff this year. Gonna take like a mini break here for the next couple weeks, and then hopefully get something else started soon. So make sure you subscribe and just hit up the Discord.
Join our Discord.
Discord. And you'll see all these folks on there too, and you can kind of tell them your thoughts, share with us what you thought of this series. We'd love to hear from it about it. And also, yes, one more time, please consider supporting Cam Banks, the designer of this beautiful game, as he has some troubles. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.